Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a very special episode of the Bleeding Burgundy podcast. This is episode number 200, proving once and for all to Scott's mother that we can count all the way past 199.
Let's get this show going, man.
Welcome to the Bleeding Burgundy podcast, a Washington Commanders podcast for fans by fans, with your hosts, Jesse Martin.
The Cowboys are finished, you understand me?
John Taman.
Pull down my trousers and do your job.
Scott Hartley.
Well, that was dreadful.
And occasionally, Keith Gray.
So many social engagements, so little time.
And now, your host.
Hey, I'm your host. This is John Taman, and yes, this is the 200th episode. And yes, we are. I said Scott's mom, but I really meant to say my mom. But you know, it just came out the wrong way. And I'm sure that now your mom is very happy to know that we can count to at least 200. Now, Jesse, I want you to move to your left, please. There it is. Look at that. There's a chin. Oh my God. So why'd you shave?
It's hot outside, man.
Yeah, it's either hot or it's freaking lice, and I'm guessing it's hot.
Hot.
So, hello down there to our good friend Scotty from the Barrow and Furnace UK. It's our 200th episode. I don't know which episode you joined us with, but we started you off with this. And
I've no idea, but it was very good, and I enjoy that. And I'm looking forward to this episode. It's great to be 200. I'm glad to be part of it. I love you boys. You know how it goes. It's a great show. It makes me laugh every week. So,
cheers, mate.
I did want to say, now Scott, move your head a little bit to the left. There you go.
Right,
all right, now back. No, not there. Just go move a little bit over that away a little bit. There you go. Okay, now everybody. We're going to start a little GoFundMe here. Scott's trophy case there.
These are tiny. Tiny.
You know.
Excuse me, sir. Have you got some more?
I'm sorry. Right. Like he went out. He had to beg for a couple of quarters till those things fell out of the machine. I guess there were like 3 football helmets in there, with a bunch of soccer cleats. I don't know. But we got to get Scott some mini helmets or something.
These are micro helmets. It takes after something else, micro, Karen, before you say anything.
It's the birth control device is what you're saying.
Yeah. But no, in all seriousness, they're good. I do need some mini helmets, definitely. They look bigger on eBay, is all I'll say.
I think we've all been told that way on the internet.
Yeah, it's like the guy who buys the furniture store and goes, "Oh yeah, that looks like a good table," and it's a doll's table, something like that.
Right. Well, I must say, it takes balls to put them up there on that shelf like that because they do look awful sparse and puny back there.
Yeah, I know. It's all good. I'm getting there.
We'll get you there. I'm telling you what. All right. So Jesse, how you doing this week? This is our 200th episode. You made sure that we knew that. I'm glad for you keeping score because I never do.
Yeah, I got to keep score. I'm doing fantastic. I was ready for the 3-day weekend. It's fucking. It was really nice this morning, man. And then it rained, and it just got fucking hot. So, AC, I am going to be inside all weekend long.
Well, there's the Bleeding Burgundy podcast weather report for the weekend, everybody. I'm hoping that you take proper measures that are going along with that. And I guess we'll start right off from the bat. What do you remember the most about these 200 episodes, Jesse? You started this whole podcast by yourself and figured you had something to say because that's what people that do podcasts do. They either can't get laid or they got something to say. And I'm going to go with you had something to say.
It's funny. I started this podcast because I got tired of listening to the shit on the radio. I got tired of listening to the shit on TV. And I just like talking football. So, through the podcast, I have met some, fantastic people, especially you boys. You're my dearest friends and, we've developed really good relationships and, it's a pleasure coming on here every week with you guys to talk with you guys and 200, that's big. It's big, guys. That's 200. We've been on this thing 200 times. Talking about or bitching about our favorite team because nothing's been good in all those 200 fucking episodes.
No, you're right. Well, no, we had a Taylor Heineke playoff game.
Okay,
we did
okay,
have that.
did
And we've
too,
been on
yeah.
more than 200 times because we do that NFL pick show on Saturday for the few other people that
That's
just
true.
can't find bowling on the cable. God damn it! Where's the PDA? I guess I'll watch these idiots. That's kind of the way it goes. Well, I'll tell you. Go ahead.
Do you class the mashups as episodes as well? Because
The post game mashups, we're all
few of them.
drunk and pissed off about everything. Have ourselves a ball. I do have video from the first ever episode of the Bleeding Burgundy podcast. I wanted to show that today because it will show you how far we've come.
What is going on? Welcome to the Bleeding Burgundy podcast. It is Tuesday, May 25th.
You went and shaved the beard off. So
I did. I shaved the beard off.
So things change over the years there.
It does.
I kind of like that. I also kind of like our.
What is going on? Welcome to the Bleeding Burgundy podcast. It is Tuesday, May 25th.
All right.
Love it.
So hey man, we're right out the gate and shooting, wandering.
Yeehaw there, Bo.
I tell you what. We actually had some practices this week. We had some OTAs.
We did.
So there we go. We'll discuss some OTAs instead of going down memory lane right off the bat. What did you see, Scott, that you liked this week in OTAs?
Yeah, I like the way that Jaden Daniels' presence is in all over this team at the minute. I mean, the footwork is good. The install is working well by all accounts. We have to temper it a little bit. He is throwing against air, which everyone's looking good against air. But
it's pretty much the Giants, though, right?
And then even in the 7-on-7s, he's looking pretty good. There was a dime of a catch down to Jahan Dotson on the corner, which was pretty good to see in the relatively few videos we did get to see of practice.
Mm-hmm.
I also liked the way John Allen came out and said, I like to be first in the building. I kind of get here around 5:15, 5:30, thereabouts. And he was saying that Jaden's the first one in. He's beating him to it.
Well,
if you're a rookie quarterback, that's the attitude I want to see. Do you know what I mean? To say, yeah, you're first in the building. Go ahead,
John. I was listening to Kime the other day. He said he asked when John got in the building, and he said he got there around 6:45, which is really not all that early, dude. But no, he doesn't get there at 5 a.m. It's not going to be too hard to beat you there at 6:45. So get up, John Allen. Get your ass in the building.
But even so, if Jaden Daniels is the first guy in the building, that's kind of the attitude you want to see, that there's no reason why he isn't putting the work in. I just hope this team has enough to reward him and to make him the future quarterback and the guaranteed thing that we've got here. Let's not ruin this guy. We just need to put things around him and put things in place to make sure that he does the job that he needs to do. But you can't fix everything in a one-off season, and Rome wasn't built in a day, as they say. So it's it's a difficult one. But OTAs, I don't really care that much for OTAs, to be honest. But it's just training camps. You get into something then, and football's around the corner when you're at training camp, and then it's preseason, and the next thing you know, it's week one. So until we get to roster cuts, I'm not really interested at the moment, to be fair. But it's nice to see people practicing in shorts and t-shirt.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess if that's what floats your boat. Now, Jesse, Scott did say Rome wasn't built in a day, which I think cascaded almost the entire length of the football cliches that he spouted there. Is there anything that's completely obvious that you would like to add? And hey, Scott, I get it. It's fucking May, man. This is all we can do.
What I do appreciate is the leadership role that Bobby Wagner has taken on for this team in such a short amount of time. I think he's pretty much taken everybody. I mean, he even kind of snapped at All Pro Revo. Telling them to grow up, and I know he was half joking, but still he's taken, he's been in the building 10 minutes and he's already, flexing his muscles to the team around him. So that
he gave Emmanuel Forbes a wedgie. I don't know if you heard about that.
Yeah. So that right there is probably what, it kind of amps me up a little bit. Like Scott said, you can't really be too excited about throwing against air, but it's nice to see good things being talked about our team right now.
I think that, like I said, I do think that the NFL just is waiting for us to be able to say, okay, we're going to give you the shine. I think they want to treat us like the Saints after the Hurricane Katrina. If anybody really remembers that, I'm sure most of us do. But like, they want to give us that shine. They want that stain of Dan Snyder to be gone. So they're looking for us to do positive things, and they're going to keep telling us positive things about ourselves in the national media, which is good. And I think also it's earned. It's not like they're sitting there going, this Taylor Heineke could take this team all the way. Shut up. That's not what they're – it's not anything like that whatsoever. The only video that I saw that I really liked was of of Brandon Coleman, the new tackle. And just one drill, and it really wasn't much. But I'll tell you what. He shows excellent footwork. His balance is really good. I like the way he keeps his hands in front of him. He's stuck to the man. They're going to count on him, and I have to hope that he's going to be able to do it. And I tell you what, man, I'm not going to drink all of that Kool-Aid, but I'm not going to say he can't. I'm not going to say he can't.
There's one guy, John, who stood out and has been mentioned on quite a few of the podcasts from Kime and the likes and Finley and all them sort of people going forward. Colson Yankoff. Great name, obviously. Yeah. But as a tight end, he's an undrafted free agent, but he keeps getting mentioned quite a lot. So maybe that's one that we look at further down into training camp and hope that he could make it. Because let's be fair here, the tight end room isn't very busy. We've got rid of Logan Thomas. We brought in the second round.
Oh, we brought in Zach Ertz. We brought in
Zach Ertz as well. Yeah. But it's just, I'm like, what is going on here? Who are we going to keep? Are we going to keep? Is one of them tight ends Bates on the chopping block? Is it Colt Turner that's on the chopping block? Is it?
Turner's on the chopping block for sure. I think that Rodgers is on the chopping block for sure. And I think when I say for sure, I mean they're entering camp on a big freaking bubble. That's where they are. That's where I think they are. They're not going to get cut before then. But what was the name you said was such a great name? Yankoff. I like the James Middlefinger. I like him.
If Yankoff makes this team, that is my next jersey purchase. That's a promise.
Fact.
Absolutely. As everybody knows, Jesse's got a thing for such things, as we will find out right now.
I saw Ladong, and all my life.
No. It wasn't just a dong.
Okay, listen.
That was an absolute elephant.
It was a goddamn.
Wait,
Thor's
you call
hammer.
your dong a Sasquatch, and now we're hearing about a Bigfoot.
It was Thor's hammer. Okay,
I should retire the Sasquatch name after the dong that Jesse described.
Listen, okay, look, I have been made to believe that I have been more than adequate my entire life until Friday.
Not what I saw.
Okay, let's just put it that way. Minding my own business, walking to the VIP, think I'm hot shit, fucking I'm like taking in the sights, look over to the right, and what do I see? I thought someone had 3 fucking legs. I mean, it was just hanging out like, hey, how you fucking doing?
You're at a rest stop off of 95.
And listen, so about 10 minutes went by, and I noticed that Jesse was super quiet. And so he just was quiet than normal, right? Jesse's actually a pretty calm, quiet guy. He doesn't. I'm gonna work on that with him. Jesse, he's so laid back to where he just goes with the flow. And I want to see Party Jesse. So I'm going to get Party Jesse.
We got to get drinking for that.
So you hired 3-legged Jim to stand over on the side when Jesse was walking through the gate.
So how we all figured, everything out was, so we were kind of standing in this little corner, and again, you could see you could see the tub and everything else. It was all outside. Ron Rivera was standing there. And so the security that was there, he's like, hey, man, can you do me a favor and not take pictures over in that direction? And I look over and he goes, yeah. He goes, it's kind of like a private area for the players. And Jesse's like, oh, I know. Because I I saw something that I shouldn't have. And I'm thinking, what did he see? Like a playbook? Like, I don't know. Like, what could you possibly see? And he tells the story about the Bigfoot sighting. And I just started dying laughing. I'm like, well, sometimes that's what you get with VIP, baby. You get a big elephant dong. I mean, what can you do?
Do you have a player's name?
It was either to Mark Hemingway. I think we and credit goes to Mike Reed for trying to help me narrow it down. Well, I wasn't trying to. I wasn't trying to.
It's very concerning to begin with.
Hey, we appeal to a wide demographic here.
Yeah,
Keith,
there you
so,
go.
you know.
It was. I think the player had dreads. The player was tall, so it was either Cam Sims or Tamarick Hemingway. I'm pretty sure it was one of those two that was that parents should be very proud.
Why don't you DM them and say, hey, what's your size?
Yeah, I'm good.
Let's monetize this.
I'm good.
Here's what we do to Tamarick or Cam. The first one of you that tweets to us and says it's you and pays us $20, we'll say it's you on the
there
show.
You go.
Yeah,
there you go.
There you go.
Because what we say is always true.
So the many referenced Tamarick Hemingway saga began right there.
Exactly. Yeah, there you go. That's where it came from.
That's it, right there.
As if Reed tried to narrow it down with you. That is his backstory anyway.
Oh,
I'm sure that guy
he put up
so closet.
The picture that he put up of Cam Sims and Jesse was so goddamn funny. Mike, if you're paying attention and you still got that picture, post it up again. That was too funny.
Yeah.
And I want to say that was not the beginning of the Tamarick Hemingway saga. That was day 2 of the Tamarick Hemingway saga, because the day before Keith and Jesse had gotten on in the hotel by themselves and were talking about it, and Jesse was traumatized. I don't have that video with me, but I could if I wanted.
And clearly, Keith hadn't seen Party Jesse at that point.
No,
So,
no,
yeah.
but Scotty has. Scotty
Jesse's
has.
a nice guy. He's a nice guy.
He's a nice fella. Well, all right. So I guess we should intersperse all our goofy shit with some football.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's anything to talk about. Jake Fromm got cut. Woo! I told you.
There's been office moves, front office moves, isn't there as well, John? When we think about it that way, so
you might as well.
Brandon Sosner.
I'm glad you brought this up, Scotty.
Please.
Everybody is like so enamored with all these hires that Adam Peters is making, saying that it's a super front office or a super team or whatever. And how the fuck do you know? I mean, we don't know these guys from a fucking hole. Not any one of us motherfuckers have ever heard of any of these guys ever. So we should just fucking chill.
We don't. We're not on front office hires. No one knows who front office people are.
We don't know because I screen my calls.
Well, yeah, okay, I get that. But no, in all seriousness, when you bring in people in from other areas and other franchises that are doing well, it can only mean that you should be taking the best talent out here. We've got a guy who's been making the rules for the NFL for the last 10 years. We've got a guy who's been sitting at the Ravens for 17 years. We've got a guy in Lance Newmark as the assistant GM who's been at the Lions for 27 years. I mean, if you're an organization that long, you're doing something correct.
If you got a guy that's been making the rules, that's going to be a big change from our that didn't know when to throw a goddamn red flag unless he was absolutely guaranteed to lose.
Let's back this up, Scotty. You said Lance Newmark. He's been with the Lions for the past 27 years. Besides the past 2 years, please tell me how good the Lions were.
I understand that. Totally get it. Totally get it.
So, yeah. And I do want to bring up what Timothy and Brian has been talking about in the chat, because I haven't heard this.
No, I haven't heard this either. And I think that would be an absolute ridiculous notion.
No way.
For Mina Kimes, and Mina Kimes get a lot of shit from masculine, these men who try to fucking think they know more about football than Mina's very smart. She's very smart, very football savvy, but she's 1,000% wrong on this. I would really like to to be. He's no matter if we go 0-17, he's not going to get fired. Let's be real about this. Dan he's going to get at least 2 years, at the very least 2 years, regardless of.
I mean, at the very least, Josh Harris and company have to send the message that they are not Dan Snyder. All right. And that would be a Snyder-esque move, even if they went 0-17 somehow, unless they went 0-17 and were so completely cratered that they went out on the field with their helmets on sideways and their jock straps over their neck. I don't know any other way that they could look at this staff and say, okay, you're out of here after 1 year. I said this to somebody today on our social media things that we have in common about it's that time of year, man. And they have to justify their paycheck right now. There's nothing to talk about. Like here we are with nothing to talk about, but we're managing to do so. And I'm going to say this. If there was ever a reason to keep your guy when you're rebuilding and you haven't been able to do too much lately, you look at the Baltimore Orioles, who put up some of the most freaking embarrassing baseball I've seen in the last 5 years, and right now are doing quite well. And Scotty G, when the Yankees come to town, I want you to come to town. We'll see what we can do.
Fuck the Yankees.
Yankees.
Good point. Go ahead, Scott.
I was just going to say that we had this discussion last night, and it was like Deluxe, I think, who's in our chat with us, said, is it the fact that we didn't have these people to do these jobs and Snyder just wanted that tiny inner circle of people to say, right, you're the GM or de facto GM. I'm running the show. It's my train set. Get on with it. And now Josh Harris is hiring people who can actually do these jobs for them. I don't know. But the expenditure as off the field has got to be quite high. I mean, I've got a list here, and it's ridiculous. Like
here he comes with a list.
Sorry,
Scott's got a list. What a shot!
Scotty list.
It's like Adam Peters, Brandon Sosner, David Blackburn, Lance Newmark, Martin Mayhew, Rob Rogers, Eugene Shen, David Gardy, Tim Gribble, Martin Herney, and Tim McGrath. They're all pretty much brand new, apart from Rob Rogers, Martin Herney, and Martin Mayhew. Everyone else is completely new.
Think of it this way, Scott. Yeah. You have skills. You have ability.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna go for a freaking company that's a piece of shit when other companies out there will accept your skills? Hell no. I think we had partially, I think that it was the Dan Snyder effect of his own desire to keep control over everything. But I think that what it was because he was so bad at what he was doing and Bruce Allen was so bad at what they were doing, nobody of any consequence wanted to come work here. And I think when we look at Ron Rivera, that's the one thing that we all, I think, can agree on was thank God he took the job. At least he was not good, but at least we had somebody. It's not like
he had too much man off the street.
Well, yeah,
he did. He was well respected around the league as well, so it gave us a little bit of credence.
We've said that a million times.
Yeah. Look, the thing about Dan Snyder, when he bought the team, it was a cool kids club. Okay, so he was, anybody that disagreed with him, he that's why Schottenheimer left. They got
he wanted Spurrier too.
Listen, he hired Vinny Serrato because Vinny Serrato was a yes man. Okay, he said yes to everything.
My Vinny Serrato impression.
Vinny Serrato was a fucking actor, for God's sakes, and he became a general manager of an NFL.
He was a terrible actor. Have you ever seen that video of his freaking screen test? Oh my God, Scott, tell me you've seen it.
Yeah.
What we have here,
and then Bruce Allen comes along. Now Bruce Allen's had a complex as well too because he needed to stay in Snyder's good graces. So he did all. He wouldn't hire people that needed the people that needed. He wanted to do all the fucking work himself, and it was him, and he was Snyder's yes man as well too. So
but he Harris group is. Go ahead. Sorry.
No. Harris comes in and says, okay, well, this shit ain't working. Let me go talk to people that's run franchises, whether it's NBA or NFL or Major League Baseball. I have experience owning teams. That's not how we do it. Let me get the ideas of how the workings of the NFL. Brought Spielman in here that's been a general manager in the NFL. and like, okay, well, we need to go. Let's go hire the best possible GM that we can. Come in, Adam Peters, and then work your what's that, the pyramid down as far as you don't need to be a micromanager a la Bruce Allen, a la Vinny Serrato. It had their hands
when he tried to give away some of the power of that kind of thing. He hired a fucking guy that came in here and just was not good. Scott McLuhan was not good at what he did.
Scott McLuhan wasn't good because he wasn't allowed to be good, and he wasn't. Him and Bruce Allen, they knocked heads ever since he got in here, and then on top of that, his drinking fucking issues.
I wasn't going to say it out loud.
But McLuhan wasn't even allowed to do what he needed to do. They brought in that guy. Was it Tony Wiley?
That sounds right.
To kind of help with the brand, help.
Right, and he was a total asshole every time you ever
he
saw
was
him.
a total asshole, but he was really good at his fucking job, and they got rid of him after fucking one season. He didn't have time to put his stamp on things. So
I just think it's weird, Jesse, because when you look back and going back to your point on Mia Kimes there, talking about having a bad year and Dan Quinn will be fired. This isn't the way that it's going, and you can clearly see that this ownership group is doing the right thing off the field and on the field, especially with coaching staff. We've built a dynasty coaching staff where there's a legacy, there's involvement, as you said before. There's that pyramid in, when you look in any business that you work in or of in corporate business or any business, then it's that next man up mentality. It happens on the field. It's also happening in the coaching staff. And it's happening off the field in the front office as well. These guys are coming in as highly gifted individuals at their jobs. So we have to think to ourselves that we're only going to be the right way. And this isn't going to be cheap. Josh Harris and the partners are putting their hands in their pockets and saying, hey, you know what? I can employ 4 ex-head coaches. I can employ these people who are as run game coordinators, as whatever it is. I can make you a senior vice president title up off the spot because I like what you're doing.
There's 2 sides to that coin. All right. You can say, I want these people. Okay. Dan Snyder might have been smart enough to say, I'd like to really get some of these good go-getters out there.
But they weren't coming to him.
Right. And that's the thing. All right. Now, our friend Disco, who I believe has been on this show 2 times in our 200 episodes, maybe 3. Anyway, he had a thread today about why there's the optimism and to pump the brakes a little bit. And I tell you what, you can only say so much in 144 characters or however much we have. But we've all drunk very much Kool-Aid over the years. We have all had big, tall glasses of it. And we have, at the time, over most of these 20 years, had to sit back after we drink that Kool-Aid and go, man, now let me justify to you why I drank this Kool-Aid. And let me tell myself, why am I drinking this fucking Kool-Aid? I know it's going to kill me. All right. This time, the difference is these guys, these super coaches, right? This super staff, this pyramid that they're built, they want to come here. They want to be here. They're looking to be here. And that, when we go rating, which we've rated a lot of teams for some of their best talent, front office talent, coaching talent, the Cowboys had to block us several times. Teams have to say, and we're going after their best talent, and they're coming here. That's where I'm getting the most of my optimism. That's where I feel it. That's where I feel it. And it's being backed up because, we don't see much. It's OTAs. We don't, whatever. But when you see, I said it earlier on when we started seeing this staff come together, they're prioritizing the quarterback position, prioritizing it with coaches. They went ahead and made the pick. And now in practices, we see these coaches working extensively, one-on-one with this guy all day to get it going. And I am really happy.
It's nice to see the coaches really involved. They're out there on the field, they're holding pads, they're talking to the players after every play. You just haven't seen that really in the past.
Actually doing coaching, Jesse.
Well, you saw a freaking little bullet head running around yelling at everybody last year. That didn't do anybody any good.
That's true.
But we all thought at the time, hey, wow, that intensity.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
cool.
you know what's really interesting is they're getting right to it. They're actually maximizing their time that they have. They're not doing drills. I think they've you guys are professionals. You should know how to
freaking touch your toe.
You know how to hold a football. You know how to you don't see them running.
We've seen
doing
players
the ladder
that
drill. That's true. You don't see them doing the ladder drill. I mean, maybe they're going to do that later on, but right now they're maximizing their time. I mean, I think Quinn said it themselves. This is a glorified passing camp. And they need that. They need that right now. They're spending time in the classroom for learning and then bringing what they've learned out on the field. And it's really different than what we've seen in even the past, since Joe Gibbs, in my opinion.
Okay. Scotty, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Scouse has brought up a good point in the chat there. Basically said, look, sometimes there can be too many chefs in the kitchen. You know what I mean? And I understand where he's coming from. Everyone's got to be singing off the same song sheet. It's the same off the field, in the front office, as well as the coaching staff that we've got in. We brought a lot of big people in here. Let's just hope egos don't get in the way and that people are, going off the same song sheet, as we say. But if they do that, then brilliant. It's all going to work well. But there seems to be some points where people can overlap, and that's sometimes what causes friction.
Well, see, to me, and yeah, I understand that point, but to me, like everybody that's came in here, some of them may have been a head coach before, but it's not like they were a head coach last year. Anthony Lynn, he was a running backs coach in San Francisco. That's the same job here. He's got another. I think he's assistant head coach now too. So they know their place. Okay, you have Adam Peters at the top. All right, you have Dan Quinn. Then everybody else falls in line. I mean, I think these guys are professional enough to keep their egos in check.
I hope so, but they've also got points to prove, Jesse, haven't they? That's the good thing. Is if you look at it that way, every single person on this staff has got a point to prove. It's Quinn's second go around. It's Kingsbury's second go around. It's
Kingsbury's interesting. Yeah. You bring up Kingsbury. That one's interesting because his last coaching job, he was a head coach, but correct. He took the year off and was like an offensive assistant over at USC. Now he
was going to go to Thailand and live on the beach for a while.
All he has to worry about is the offensive coordinator job. He does good at being an OC. Well, that gets his foot in the door at another head coaching job down the road.
Sure.
But right now, he's just going to concentrate on making this offense, and Jaden Daniels the best quarterback that he can be and the best offense that it can be.
I can tell you, we have become like a factory for that kind of thing. Eric Bieniemy, look, he walked right out of the NFL after he was our offensive coordinator, and he's now at the college level. All right, so I do have a couple of other things to show you guys. Shit, my brain's all over the place, and that was one of the things that I wanted to get for the podcast was all these different times of my brain short circuiting and me forgetting where I was going, but I forgot to do it, so it just didn't happen that way. Scott did send us a list. He wanted to see certain things. Now we had an earthquake in New Jersey.
We did.
Fall?
Yeah.
We did. We had an earthquake in New Jersey, and we got this video of Keith's house. This was terrible.
Harry Sphincter here at the home of Keith Gray following the devastating. Oh my God! And there you see right here on live television, ladies and gentlemen, Keith Gray's home is falling apart. The palatial estate that the international superstar lives in, based on nothing but the meager scrapings of the Bleeding Burgundy podcast.
Now we happen to know he's been home from work for a half an hour, so dude, it's the 200th episode. Get your ass on here. Now we have done a bunch of these 5-second film breakdowns, and the first one that I did caught Keith by surprise. And I tell you what, one of the things for me, all right, because I was the third banana that came on this show, and I found out real quick just how easy it was to embarrass the shit out of Keith and get him going, man. And man, that became kind of like my purpose. And so, like, here's a good example.
This game is a fast game, obviously. You know, defense is closing in. Quarterbacks these days, I'm not saying that they need to be run threats, but my God, you.
I don't know what the hell was going on with that. My video thing wasn't working too well. Maybe it catches up.
This game is a fast game, obviously. You know, defense is closing in. Quarterbacks these days, I'm not saying that they need to be run threats, but my God, you got to be able to use your feet to get out of a dirty pocket to extend plays. Carson Wentz right now has not proven to me that he can extend plays, and that bothers me.
I don't think Carson Wentz can be successful without a really good offensive line.
I agree 100%
right, well,
with that.
Let me say this. For one, I think, Jesse, you can probably agree with me that we're going to start finding Keith for every time he says dirty pocket. That's his new favorite phrase. All right. He's probably
because they've been dirty, bro. Have you seen it?
Yes,
you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all.
That's for sure.
He's dead serious. I got a bro there. All right, so we have a brand new segment now called
You did get a bro. That's when I
got a bro.
That's
all right.
true.
Okay, so we have a new segment. It's called 5-second film breakdown. So we're going to show you this piece of film and then we're going to break it down. This is that play that I told you about down inside the 10-yard line. Where the fuck you said it's an RPO? I didn't even see him make an option. He just decided to run. So here it is.
Yeah, you're
Wentz is going to keep it himself and get to the 5-yard line.
Right, Jesse.
That's exactly.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I love those things.
Look at that luscious beard I had.
That was that you in your Afghan warlord face?
What is going on? Welcome to the Bleeding Burgundy podcast. It is.
Oh, that's why not? You know what? One thing I didn't upload that would have gone well with that I could probably get right now is Jesse's trip down into North Carolina. Scott, do you remember that when he had to go down and
Oh God.
Yeah, I did.
From Toothless Joe down in North Carolina, and what happened to him while he was down there? I'll tell you what. We haven't had a bunch of goofy shit, and we've had a lot of guests on. But typically speaking, I noticed this because today I'm going through a whole bunch of all of our old stuff, right? And I noticed a couple of things. One, whenever there's any guest of any significance, somehow I'm not on the show. It's either I'm on vacation somewhere and they get together like, okay, this is
we'll schedule it when John's not here. I like that.
We can't bring him out to pub. I'm like in the basement of the Bleeding Burgundy podcast. Chain on my neck. Feed me, please. But we do. I like to. I always say this is a fan show. We are fans. That's why I say the F word a lot because F it, we're fans. And we like to have other fans on the show. So we've had a bunch of them, and I think one of my favorites is when Deuce comes on the show. I think for one, Deuce knows his football.
No idea. just every time Deuce has been on, he just looks stunned. He just like
Deuce gets us, right?
Yeah, he does.
He gets us. He's got a great sense of humor. And this was him. We had him on after the Bills just shellacked the shit out of us last year. So here's that.
All right. So I do have some film that we can look at here, some isolation of just some of these sacks that we've got. So this, I think this is isolation on Sam Howell.
It's not a play. I guarantee you.
Little faith you have. Sam Howell holding the ball too long.
2nd down and 14. Howell pressure coming, and down he goes again.
Scott, what did you see there?
Not a great deal, John.
All right. Okay. This one's Andrew Wiley.
14. Howell pressure coming, and down he goes again.
Honestly.
I'm not drinking no more water. Nope.
We do have one more, and this was just an awful play.
14. Howell pressure coming, and down he goes again.
Shit.
Yeah. There we go. All right. I tell you what, I like I said, I have a good time when Deuce comes on the show because he gets us, and Deuce is also willing to look me dead in the face and tell me when I suck. And I like that.
I tell you what I am liking about this. Tell you what I'm liking about this Blast from the Past, John, is every time we're looking at this, Jesse's going through a different phase of his life. That one was like eco warrior Jesse, environmentalist Jesse. Then I had the McDonald's jumper on. That was quite cool.
You did,
Yeah,
yes.
there
You
go.
had that
Yeah,
on
I did.
the other night. Every time you wear that, I think I should be ordering extra fries. All right. We had, I think this is Trev that was from Ref the District. And
yeah,
I guarantee you he was not expecting what he got when he came on here. And that was what he got. Here's what he got.
Okay, so question now. I have a question now. So what happens if Dustin Hopkins misses one more kick in the preseason? Do we keep him?
No, he's got to go.
We keep him now.
No, not like
we
no,
want him to
as
go.
a team. No,
We want
I
him
think
to go.
Ron Rivera will still be like, yeah, it was just he's still our guy.
To say. It's hard to say.
Because he did say
If
yeah,
he
he
misses
games
one
left.
more, he's got to bring someone else in.
Well,
Has to.
when I saw that talk on Twitter, a lot of people were like, "Well, who are they going to bring in?" So
There's
like, that's a good
anybody.
question.
Doesn't matter.
There's
Who's
doesn't
available
matter
then?
kickers out there.
No, I agree with you guys, but I'm just saying, who is a legit kicker that is available that they could bring in?
I'd have to research it, but I'm sure
Yeah,
we
you
could
got to
find
research.
at
But
least
there's,
10
I'm
names.
sure there's some kind of
You can bring
veteran.
it
There's
up
some
there.
veteran out there.
Yeah,
Let's face it.
yeah,
Right now,
there's
he's a
definitely-
0% kicker. I'm sure we could find somebody that could do better than that.
Yeah,
He's a
pretty
0%
much, pretty
kicker.
much. All right, guys, we got to pay the bills real quick, so we're gonna get to our commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Johnson, you're fired.
Oh, no. Johnson, you're fired. No, not again.
Johnson, you're fired.
Oh, darn it. Now what am I going to do?
Are you tired of getting fired for fucking up your job?
Uh-huh.
Are you sick of suddenly being unemployed because of your continual failure to do the most important part of your job?
Oh, you bet.
Well, now you can learn the secrets to not losing your job with the new book, The Dustin Hopkins Method to Never Get Fired, no matter how bad you fuck things up.
Hi, this is Dustin Hopkins, place kicker for the Washington football team, and I can teach you my secrets for not getting fired. Did you know I used to be pretty good at kicking field goals?
Yes, you too can learn to use. I used to be pretty good at this, and hundreds of other tested and approved excuses like the new long snapper has a funny name, the defense looks big and scary, the holder farted during my approach, my jock strap is itchy, a bug landed on my face mask, and much, much more.
Wow, that sounds great.
It is. With the Dustin Hopkins method to never get fired no matter how bad you fuck things up, your boss won't even think about looking for your replacement.
That sounds super because I fuck things up a lot.
So do I, Johnson. So do I.
How do I get the Dustin Hopkins method to never get fired no matter how bad you fuck things up? To get your copy of the Dustin Hopkins method to never get fired no matter how bad you fuck things up, send $19.95 to Dustin Hopkins, P.O. Box 79, Wide Left, Wisconsin, 905G8. Or go to howthehelldoesthisguy.com today.
Act today, and you have Dustin Hopkins' personal guarantee that you will never get fired again.
Oh, boy.
Dustin Hopkins' personal guarantee to never get fired again, not valid in any country on planet Earth.
I did like that. I tell you what, I
Wide
had
Left, Wisconsin.
Yeah. I think that was the first one of our bits that we did like that. I think that was it. Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure. It might have been. We did a bunch of them. I got.
We did a Jerry Jones bit where we got some secret recordings of him. In the draft room of Jerry Jones. Secret recordings.
Oh, of him in the draft. Oh, you have to tell me the number of that show because I'll bring it back. I don't care if it's episode 201 or not. I couldn't find that one. I found one. I found one way back from the day that I just
to lick Tanya's butthole.
That was amazing.
All right, I'll tell you what. We'll go
That was
down.
amazing.
We'll go down that one right now, and I'm going to show you this. This was fun. We did this, and all the Brits were there. So here, let me share my screen. Hold on a minute. Let me prep this thing up real quick so I don't have to share too much of my screen. And let's see. Give me a second. Why don't you guys talk amongst yourself about something right quick?
Yeah,
I'll get this started.
Hope that.
There we go.
How about them coyotes?
How about them coyotes?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Okay, hang on a second. Too bad.
1 second.
Yeah, we're coming in here. This is episode 200. Did you expect something like professionalism or anything like that? Have you not been here before?
Never,
yeah, exactly.
never. There was something that we were going to talk. Did want to talk about that I fucking forgot.
Is it the starred one on here, Scott G?
Huh? Who? Scott who? I don't know that guy.
Scott, you don't know. Some bloke from one of the Dakotas.
I'm ready when you are.
All right, go ahead.
All right. So first we're going to see something you're not supposed to see. But there we go. We're going to do this, and then I'm going to go over here and boom. Is that working?
Yeah.
I mean, I thought we were going to look at the Jerry Jones video.
No, we are. You know.
Oh, I guess that's not going to do that, is it? Oh, fuck off.
I got one more for you, Jerry. It's kind of off the wall question. That's all right. Jerry's always off the wall. Pornhub or Playboy? Well, now, that's quite a good question. I gotta tell you, it really depends on the mood that I'm in. Sometimes I'm feeling a little playful, maybe a little shy. The soft hair brushes and Playboy, they're just right. Especially if I'm feeling nostalgic and I want to look at some buck. You understand what I'm saying? You get one from 1976, and my God, you don't remember the days of pubic hair, boys. I'll tell you what. Let me give you a little.
Jerry,
Jerry,
I am a fan ambassador for the Washington football team.
What the hell is that?
This is inappropriate, sir. Inappropriate.
Well, maybe you ought to talk to Jimmy over there. He's the one that asked me the goddamn question. Sometimes I'm a much more rambunctious fella. I'm looking for something a little different, and goddamn it, Pornhub is terrific. Any old mood I get in. I'm guy on girl, oral sex of all kinds. Of course, the butt play is there, and then there's some of even the more exotic stuff that I like. Brazilian fart porn. Or
I'd like to apologize. I'd like to apologize to the Washington football team.
Don't apologize. They're probably looking at it right now. Hey, go ahead and go on there and Google upside down swirling Hernandez. That's a hell of Sounds like one of y'all are listening to the Brazilians right now.
Well, Jerry, I appreciate your time, sir. We got to get moving. We got some other stuff going on.
Thank you, Jerry. We'll see you at FedEx Field come Sunday.
Dentist chair. You get yourself a dentist chair and a jar of Nutella. And God damn it, it's game on.
Goodbye, Jerry.
Bye.
All right, so is that the one you were talking about?
No, but the swirling Hernandez was definitely.
Yeah, that one got me.
All right. Well, look, since you brought that up, I got to give you this because y'all never saw this. I cut this out of the show. All right. We didn't do it live on the air before, so this is never before seen behind the scenes footage of the Bleeding Burgundy podcast right after that call, and.
Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus Christ, John. He said licking Tanya's butt.
What the hell was that?
Bro, I have no chance.
Somebody let a fucking donkey in here.
I have zero chance of doing anything with this team next year.
Somebody's watching the Upside Down Montez or whatever they call it.
It said swirling and
Which of course that was wonderful. I thought, dude,
You sound like a dying donkey.
who was that? Yeah. Okay. So, all right, let's.
No wonder why no one of significance, sorry, my British friends, but no wonder why one of any significance wants to come on this show.
Airing now. All right, there we go. Did that work?
That worked.
Yeah,
John.
I had to mute you because it
Okay.
was going through your microphone and the computer.
Oh, was it bad?
Yeah.
Sorry, was it bad? Did you get it right?
Yeah, I
It's
got
fine.
it right.
Okay, good.
That was-
I don't want to
that
play
was
that one again.
funny.
That's like 5 minutes long, but that was
That
goddamn
was
funny.
Oh
I
my
tell you
God.
what, because that I tried to get the original Jerry call where I did it, but I put that stupid phone effect on my voice, and when I tried to capture the video, it just didn't quite work out. But yeah, when y'all asked me about, I don't know, Jerry's coming to town, and this was right after Dan got suspended, and Jerry said, I'm just wondering if Tanya's going to be there because I'd sure like to lick her butthole. And I'll tell you what, Keith, about turning 6 shades of purple, it's been on my bucket list, I said. So anyway. All right, so back to minicamp. Is there anything else that we'd like to discuss about minicamp? Did you see anything else that you liked? No? All right.
No.
All right, well, then we'll watch some more of these 5-second film breakdowns. This was from last year. This was Cody Barton.
Going out of the pistol this time to McCaffrey. Another carry and another good run. And he burrows down, seemingly has enough for another first down.
That was against San Francisco. When McCaffrey's running and Barton is just, he's like the blind kid.
Quick throw, Cooks double catches it, and that cost him a little time. But
all right.
Please tell me you've got Virginia McCaskey on here.
Virginia McCaskey. Oh no, that was on our other show, wasn't it? I think
it was actually. I don't know.
It was on that other show because I said that to Scott about I got to tell you, I have my fun comes from people say, John, you're so funny. Why are you so funny? My fun comes from watching you. All right, watching you react to whatever the fuck I said, and when I was talking about Virginia McCaskey, I wanted to lick her butthole. Watching you. Oh my God. That's how I knew you had a beard, because all of a sudden everything was red except for these few hairs. So we've had our fun with Scott.
I'm not having a poo. I'm not having a poo.
I wish I knew which one of the videos it was. I kind of just ran out of time, like I always do. Before the showtime, but the part of that whole New Year's or the Super Bowl debacle where we went to Andy Burroughs' pub down at the rec center, the gay bar down at the rec center, and watched Scott, basically carry on like what was her name on? Oh fuck, I don't even remember. But he basically carried along like a chaperone. But when they had you come down and drink the Jaeger bomb, that was one of the funniest goddamn things I'd ever seen. But you had yourself a good time. And when we remarked that we didn't see anybody in there that had a vagina, we asked you. Scotty found himself in a gay bar.
No, I didn't. No.
No?
There is. Yeah. No.
That was a bit too much protesting, especially since we've seen you on the show doing this.
Jesse's Castle went was the over in the LA and San Francisco. It was 40.5 and turned out to be 41.
Now, for all you people that are out there that are watching this right now that have seen me play that video many, many times, I do it for one reason. There is a lady in the audience. I'm not going to give out her name. She's asked me to play that video because it makes her feel special.
It feels great. It feels great.
That's our buddy Big Symbol, man. I'll tell you what, we're gonna feel like that come September. Big Symbol, are you coming? Are you coming to home opener? Are you coming to the Giants game? If there's one thing about the Giants game this year, when we're walking around the parking lot, I got to go find Deuce and those boys, and I got to have me some fun with them.
Yeah,
I have yet to
100%.
sit down at their tailgate and have some fun. So,
yeah.
All right. So where should we go now? We're on our 200th episode. I mean, nobody's got any ideas on what we should do. Tell you what. Let's see. I can look down here and we can play some of these stupid commercials that we used to make.
Yeah.
The Bleeding Burgundy podcast presents Real Men of Genius.
Real man of genius.
I like this.
Today we salute you, Mr. Washington football team secondary player.
Mr. Washington football team secondary player.
You know every receiver the opposing team has because you spend the whole game reading his name on the back of his jersey.
How did that guy get past me again?
Unknown receivers circle your game on the schedule and invite their whole family to watch them roast you like a Thanksgiving turkey.
Welcome to the NFL, Deontay Harris.
You couldn't cover the deep third if you got paid millions and millions of dollars to do it.
Landon Collins, what the fuck was that?
You lay down and give it up on third down like a $5 prostitute who took ecstasy at a frat party.
Oh, so easy.
So step out and take a bow, Mr. Washington football team secondary player. Because without you playing the way you do, this team might be 4-1 or 3-2.
Mr. Washington football team secondary player.
Dude, one of the things that I realized when I was going through these videos and shit looking for things was some of the names that we were actually saying.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
We might be looking at some fucking positivity there. Oh my God. When Trev was on, he said some cornerback. Oh my God, I can't remember this guy's name. It was so offbeat that it was his player of the game. And granted, it was a preseason game, but we were all like nodding along. Oh yeah, that guy. And I guarantee you that guy right now is vacuuming a floor at a Best Western somewhere. But we had like just podcast after podcast every off season. We're like, oh yeah, we're all in on this guy. And it just never quite worked out.
It's like being a fan.
Hey, that's what we are. We're fans. And what are fans?
Stupid.
That's right. It's the slogan of the Bleeding Burgundy podcast. Everybody, fans are stupid. And that includes
Did you download Whiff, by the way?
Whiff, I have Whiff.
New from the John Bostic collection comes a fragrance for the man who doesn't know what he's doing.
It's the best one
For
ever.
the man who has all the questions. The tight end caught a pass. The running back is open in the flat. Tackle someone. For those days when you want to be out of position, or the days you want to be hopelessly slow to react, or both. Whiff by John Bostic, available now wherever bullshit is sold.
I think we were going to do another one called Lost by Cole Holcomb.
John Bostic, though, man, of all the things, I mean, think about about where we've gone from John Bostic to Bobby Wagner.
Honestly, I think the first fucking words I said on this podcast that I was ever on here is we need linebackers. What the fuck's going on with our linebackers? Oh my God. These are things that kind of remind us of where we were and hopefully where we're going with this new staff, because we also had, is this guy finally gone?
I stink, I'm just not very good. I stink, I can't play like I should. I stink, I'm here because I'm fast. When I get out on the field, I play like fucking ass. Billy is a mystery, why coaches love me so. I run around in practice and I put on quite a show. See me in the game and you really have to think, my God, holy crap, Troy Apke fucking stinks. Excuses, they come from the fan base. Oh looky, he's a special teams ace. I wonder if they're seeing clear. On special teams, I totaled 4 whole tackles all last year. I cover a receiver, it's a guaranteed touchdown. I fall for every fake and juke like I'm a circus clown. But here's a little secret that will likely make you scream. I'm probably gonna make a football team.
Troy Apke is gone.
Yes, he is gone.
Thank God. There's still one of those guys hanging around on the roster that I saw. Oh, I Dax Milne. I heard his name this week. I was like, what? Somebody threw the ball to Dax Milne. What the fuck for? Was he over there by somebody's car? And they were like, hey, get the fuck away from there. What was he doing? I don't know.
You can park it up in Valet, yeah.
Let me see. What else do we have here? We have.
Are you a Washington football fan active on social media?
Which one do you want, Scott?
I was going to say we've got to finish this show out with a bit of Harry Sphinxter.
No, I tell you what. If anybody wants to put up in there what they want to hear, I'll go look.
Oh, yeah? Go team!
Have you ever been called an idiot or told you didn't know anything about football?
Oh, yeah, all the time, moron.
Washington football fans active on social media, this is for you. It's the complete Washington football fan real-time overreaction kit. Now you can share your stupidity instantly during the game as it happens over all your social media platforms.
Oh, wow.
Want to fire a coach or a player?
That's what I would do.
Just select their name and your dumbass post will write itself.
That's cool.
Instantly access a complete list of players we could have had that are better than the sorry-ass motherfucker you're watching out there on the field.
I told you, we should have signed Sam Darnold.
The complete Washington football fan real-time overreaction kit allows you to immediately say some stupid shit and then move seamlessly to the next stupid shit you want to say without having to back anything up with facts or reality.
We should sign Cam Newton. He's better than anybody we have.
With one click, you can choose from hundreds of pre-written posts to instantly access the most popular game day comments. Comments like, I told y'all this team sucks, but nobody wanted to listen to me. John Bostic couldn't tackle my grandma. We should have drafted Justin Herbert. Why can't we stop anybody? What the fuck is this? What the fuck was that? Fuck this shit. I'm done with this team.
That sounds awesome.
Download the Washington Football Fan Real-Time Overreaction Kit right now and let everybody know that you're the genius and you should be running the team.
There you go.
That's like Jesse's WhatsApp.
I think you got the inspiration from our WhatsApp chat.
No, that was definitely coming through Twitter. That was definitely. That's why you see right there. We should have signed Sam Darnold. I think on this show I used to put up a picture of a broom handle with a freaking cinder block on top of it. There he is. That's Sam Darnold. The reason you don't sign Sam Darnold is because of the expense of the custom helmet you have to get made for that big block-headed motherfucker.
Where has he gone to now? Is it the Vikings?
The Vikings? Yeah, he's going to start for the Vikings.
Oh, JJ McCarthy's going to beat him out. Come on.
Look, if you got a Sam Darnold that's fucking going to do anything for the Vikings, that's a goddamn longboat that's not making it out of the fjord.
No.
You know that. Yeah, you people over in England are safe from that one. All right. Let me see. Do I have anything else over here? I don't think I have anything else. Does anybody else have anything else?
Sphincter. Harry Sphincter.
Harry Sphincter. Oh, I got it. That's going to take a second here. Hold on a minute. So talk amongst yourselves while I pull him up.
You know, I think we need to start getting, like, even though we're coming into a new era of Washington football, I still think we need to come up with some ideas. I need to start recording some music and sending it to John to play to write some shit over top of it. I still want to write the wide receiver whore song that I've been wanting to. Because you get all these girls on ladies on Twitter that are like fawning over all these wide receivers, and it'd be pretty funny to write a parody on about them, you know.
Right.
And,
yeah. Oh, dude, I'll tell you what. Most of the time, what happens with me, because, you know, when we started to think about doing this show together, we were talking about let's do some bits. And as you can see, at that time, I was able to do them. But my load is increased. And what I don't have is when I was doing those, I was doing a lot of just straight up drawing. And when I'm drawing, my brain can think about all kinds of shit like that. So but now I'm not doing that kind of shit. And I got to think. So anytime you have an idea, just pitch them out there, man. Pitch them out there. And even if it doesn't end up being the idea that I do, hey, Tom, my old partner used to hate me for that. It'll spur something else and we'll come up with something because some of those things can be fun. Harry Sphincter is uploading now. There's a lot of people that are out there that pay attention to this show that are from my old podcast, The Bang Radio Hour. When I say Harry Sphincter, they think of somebody entirely different than what I'm about to show you. And that's fine.
Harry Sphincter was always my guy on the street character. He was kind of a chameleon. He could do anything.
That's why I used him for this freaking bit. And it's processing now, which is good because I'm about running out of words.
Scotty, you're going to say something?
No, man. I'm just looking forward to. Just looking forward.
He's one of the most influential and beloved singers of our time, Harry Sphincter.
Hey, Daniel Jones, you and the Giants can fuck off.
Yes, all your favorite Harry Sphincter hits in one volume. Songs like Fuck You, Daniel Jones.
Fuck you, Daniel Jones. Fuck you, Daniel Jones.
Yes, Harry Sphincter, the man Frank Sinatra called the most versatile singer of all time.
Oh, fuck yourself. Daniel Jones, go fuck yourself. Daniel Jones, go fuck yourself. Carry your skinny ass back to New York. Fuck yourself. Daniel Jones, fuck you.
And no matter what the mood, Harry Sphincter delivers.
Daniel Jones, fuck you. Fuck you. Daniel Jones.
Harry Sphincter has been giving us amazing hits for decades. Who can forget these timeless classics?
Lawrence Taylor can suck my dick. Fuck you, Eli Manning. Phil Sims, go fuck yourself, you white-haired hillbilly.
Get your Harry Sphincter Greatest Hits package today. Send $29.95 to Harry Sphincter, Fuck You Daniel Jones Way, New York, New York.
Virginia McCaskey, I'd lick your butthole.
Oh, gross.
It's the Phil Sims bit every time. I know it's coming as well. The
fucking white-haired hillbilly.
Yeah. Or the bit where it goes from all the FUs and then he goes really, really low to the Daniel Jones. That bit.
Oh, the jazz piece, yeah. That whole thing kind of grew from that because I don't know, my voice is rubber; it goes all over the damn place. So I woke up one morning and it was way down there, and I was like, hey. I started singing the Daniel Jones "Fuck You" song, and I thought, hey, why not? Let's make a Harry Sphincter album. Anyway, I have had so much fun. Well. I have had a lot of fun, and I did find the Virginia McCaskey. I'd lick your butthole.
Oh, gross.
And I'll go to my grave knowing you farted.
I still maintain that wasn't a fart.
We're going to argue forever. And on that note, I guess we'll see you next time, unless there's anything else anybody would like to see. What else have I got down here? I don't think I've got anything left. I probably do, but I could probably fuck around with this all damn night. It's just a matter of how long y'all want to sit here and let me do it. Okay. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll go fucking dig into the treasure chest, see what I can find.
Oh shit. No, well,
thank you everyone who's in the chat, who's been here. We
appreciate that.
And really, honestly, we've picked up a lot of people that have been watching us over the last, I'd say, 6 months to a year. And man, welcome. I hope you all have fun because, God damn it, I have a hell of a lot of fun doing this.
We do.
For no other reason other than just to talk some football and laugh and joke around. We did that.
After wanking on the yank, what say we a spolity?
Yeah, I believe that was after last year's visit from the Brits. And you think you got something else better to do with your Friday night. And in the season,
that's true.
Your Monday. And honestly, I think we provide a vital service to the people of the world. Because if you're a Commanders fan, you ain't had much fun at all.
No.
No, that's very true.
We're going to try to get
the truth.
And we do know our football somewhat, and we talk about it somewhat, and we defer to the people that know more about it than we do. It's just basically it right there. And we listen to Jesse hack away on that crackly thing all damn time. I'm not going to say what it is because he works for the government, so I'm not going to say that I'm not going to make any jokes or anything. Whatever you're vaping over there. Okay, I think. Let me see. Let me check the comments. Make sure I'm done before I'm done. I do love the Dakotas, Scott. I love the Dakotas. I like the idea of being able to roll unopposed in a straight line for about 1,000 miles.
Unopposed.
That's right. The only thing in the way is a little piece of sagebrush. All right, then. For everybody that's been in the chat, for everybody that's been able to sign up with us, we appreciate it. Please, if you can subscribe to the podcast and you listen to us in your car, please subscribe to the podcast and listen to us in your car. If you like us on YouTube, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to it. If you like us on any other platforms, please give us a 5-star, 10-star rating, 100-star rating. I don't care. Tell them that you know Yam Sensei through this podcast, even though I haven't seen him here tonight. I don't know where the hell he is.
He was in. He was in.
Was he here? Was he here? All right, good.
He's in.
Watch your shit, Yam.
Yam.
Better make sure.
And
thanks to everybody.
And thanks for the for 200 episodes, and here's to 200 more.
At least 200 more. And we say thanks to the 200 episodes, but frankly, even without you, we'd have done it. But
it's true.
That's the whole point of the whole thing. It's fun. We're here to talk football. What'd you say, Scott? Whenever you come on, this is your favorite part of the week?
Yeah, it's funny. I just think I love chopping it up with you guys.
You never know what you're going to get.
That's
Never know
exactly
what you're
it.
gonna get. Never know what you're gonna get. So yeah, man. Nice to see everybody, and I think I'm out of here. Y'all done?
Yep.
All right, maybe next time, Jesse. I guarantee you, in 2 weeks, Jesse's beard will be down to.
Yeah,
that's how it'll go. And yeah.
What is going on? Welcome to the Bleeding Burgundy podcast. It is Tuesday, May 25th.